Okay, Longlegs movie review thoughts analysis. Right off, when we enter into the film, the first establishing shots or the first like little montage. I like that. I like that it's a square. It looks like a film, like a piece of film, and it's all red. And we get some. I like how the title cards come on. Let's go. You can hear my car like rumbling, or it's a helicopter. Probably. I don't know. But turn that on. Yeah, the way the font, I like the font they use for the title, or like the wording that you see appear on the screen, right? How it looks like it's stamped there. I like that little detail. It's like it's stamped there. I like what else I liked about it? That opening montage. I like that it's like bright. It's this shade of red that's like, it's very, like, against the black, it stands out very strikingly, right? And then we get the opening scene with the vehicle driving. That scene is sort of how do you call? And the red slowly fades off, right? It gradually fades into the color that we see in the, I guess, in the real time, so to speak. Another thing with this film that I liked was the how do you call oh my god, I can't even remember it at my tip. Oh yeah, the lighting in the film. I think I'm gonna assume it's natural lighting, because there are scenes where it's quite dark, right? It's rather dark within the shot. You don't see much, and I can't help but think maybe that's natural lighting. The girl, I think her name's Lee Hacker. I'm pretty sure Lee Hacker is her name. Her name's Lee Hacker. Her name's Lee, I think. Cause that's the name of the film, but I think that's her name. But and they even introduced her name when her partner dies. Because her partner dies, I guess it's like one of her, like, even from the beginning of the film, she's seeing disillusioned or disconnected in some sort of way. It's and she's partner, and I think I don't think there's any significance to the partner, because we get the mention. Everybody's been partnered up, so there's already been partners decided, and there's no hard feelings. So that man that she's partnered up with, I'll take it that man is there's no connection there between the two of them, right? So her losing him watching him die was more the trauma of like, oh, that happened quick, right? He knocked on the door. She got like this inclination to say, oh, it's that house over there, because he went to the other house before, and then it's like just across the street. He said, no, he's in that house, and he's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go into that one. So he does. Oh, I'm gonna get shot. Point blank. How the gentleman gets shot. It's a lot of shit. But she does apprehend him, and then she I guess, I don't know. I guess he got assigned, because to me it looks like he's her superior. That's why I got the vibe that he was like a boss. That he's like a higher ranking than her. Oh my god, I don't even remember what his name was, but. And then that guy goes crazy because the doll gets brought into the house, and the doll makes him crazy. And the movie just explains to us what's happening. I guess you can kind of see it coming. You can kind of piece it together from a mile away, especially when they have like the ball. And apparently, oh, it's like a brain. What's inside the doll's head, and the guy puts this machine to the doll, because he said, oh, well, then listen to this, like, check out this, and he puts this machine on the ball that was in the doll's head. And it starts making noises, like creepy noises, right? And so it kind of tells us that the what do you call, the ball in the doll's head it's not just some hollow metal ball. It has some significance or something. Well, I guess if you believe in it, but in this movie, the devil stuff is real, right? And so, like, her partner tells her, there's no accomplice. It was only Longlegs. Longlegs did it by himself. There's no this voodoo devil worship bullshit happening. But we find out that it's not true, right? Obviously. And that there is some devil worshiping shit happening, and that Longlegs did have an accomplice, and the accomplice turns out to be Lee's mom, because when Lee was a kid, they had, oh my god, actually Longlegs, because the opening montage is basically, I guess, a memory that she has of Longlegs visiting their house to give the doll, because I he was already worshiping the devil, and so he just but I don't think he was killing people then. He was just worshiping the devil, and I'm not quite sure. I mean, I guess maybe him visiting the house, maybe he targeted their family, because it mentions that nobody came to visit them. It was just the daughter and the mother, only those two. There's no family connection. There's no one to turn to. So maybe he was in cahoots with some demon or the devil himself, and they were figuring out like, oh, who's the perfect family that we can, we can force them to kill people for some reason, and then like the people they kill, like the daughters, all have birthdays on the 14th of any given month, and that has some significance, I guess. And then I think they're all like so and so years apart too, right? And then there's like the cryptic writing that Longlegs uses, which I guess is supposed to be like demonic in some way as well, right? Not sure why he calls himself Longlegs. It's Nicolas Cage. I didn't realize this at first until we get the scene where he's like, she goes to sit down with him, and then it hit me like, oh, that's Nicolas Cage, because the film, it mentions Nicolas Cage's name as something, but I didn't catch it. And then also in the film it mentions that the people who produced this film, he's one of the people that produced this film. So yeah, Nicolas Cage is in this movie. He plays the Longlegs serial killer guy. He looks creepy guy. I was thinking he's like maybe he's transgender, right? Because it looks sort of like almost sort of feminine presenting in the face a little. I was thinking, oh, maybe it's like a trans killer, right? But he definitely looks crazy. And even the scene when he goes to, like, it looks like a hardware store or something, there's this adolescent girl behind the counter, and he's doing his weird creepy eye thing, but we know that he's a regular, right? He's known in the area because she says to Dad, she says to her father, "Hey, Dad, that creepy guy's back again." And he's being creepy. No, I thought it was a helicopter. It's my car. You can hear it vibrating. That's probably not good. I can't quite figure out what the hell is vibrating something. This car is 2012. So this car is, it's got some years on it. It's going to die eventually. One day. It'll die. Anyway, what was I thinking in my head? It's like a teenager. This car's like a teenager, I think. It's like teenage car. Okay, I was thinking of something too, and I don't remember what I was thinking about. But, trying to gather my head here, because this movie, I fell asleep sometime during the middle parts. I'm not sure how long for. I think I was just knocked out just a little bit, because the movie has jump scares like typical horror movies do, where they're just, she looked like a box of, it's like these images, and these images are disturbing and they scare you, right? They have this montage with snakes that comes on as jump scares. There's a scene where they pick up a doll and the eyeballs open with the jump scare music. They go to visit some girl that survived one of the family murders, and she only survived because she was at school, so she wasn't at home to be murdered, but she would have been murdered, right? But apparently she might have seen Longlegs, how he looks like, I guess. And how do you call when she jumps off the bridge, we learned that Longlegs killed himself in the interrogation room. It starts banging his head. He bangs his head like 3 or 4 times, right? I like that we get the shot of the nose busted, right? Because he had a prominent nose, and so when he's banging his head, like, man just busted out his nose. And then it's only, of course, when he's like about to die, then the people come in. I wonder if that's kind of like a movie fashion, they didn't come in when he was banging the head, but once he's like, oh, he's pretty much dead, now they come in, right? Typical movie fashion, right? What else about this? Flipping. I'm trying to think in my head. I can't quite imagine it at the moment. Yeah, Lee like knows Longlegs, or Longlegs knows Lee, and there's a connection with the family there, with her family. We know that her mom's religious, because she calls her and she tells her, like, are you praying still? Are you still doing your prayers? She's she's kind of going, maybe she looks like maybe she's suffering from depression. She's sort of sad, right? She's like melancholy, this girl. There's times where she's like zoned out, right? She's like a nervous smoker, I want to say, because there's a one scene where she's driving the car, she's got music blaring, and she's enjoying a cigarette, or like using the cigarette to calm, right? So we know she doesn't drink. We know that fact because she mentions I don't drink, and she doesn't seem to have any friends or romantic partners. She's got a house that's like seemingly in the middle of nowhere. It's secluded. Because we get the scene where she's driving to the house. That's the scene where we get the music. She's smoking when she's driving to the house, and it's dark, right? It's just pitch black. This road, and she's going to it. It's and I think maybe the chief guy. I don't know if her partner recognizes this, and that's why he invites her to meet his family. You know, I got that's why I maybe got the hunch there for that. Like maybe that's why he invited her to come meet the family. It's because she's like I think you can recognize like I was kind of like alone, aren't you? You don't got anybody around with you, don't you? Her mom is in the area, right? Her mom's in the vicinity of the area because she's able to visit mom. She's able to drive and visit her mom. So we know her mom's like within the vicinity of the area. And we're in Oregon. Not quite sure where we are in Oregon, but we're in Oregon. It's we're definitely like in the western part of Oregon, right? Because it's like you can see it's green, lush, right? The clouds are like gray, overcast. All right, so we're definitely like in the west part of Oregon, aren't we? It's where it's like the evergreen part, and her background is kind of vague, I guess. Well, I did fall asleep in some scenes, so maybe you got some more. Because she goes to visit her mom, right? And that's when she, I guess she discovers important stuff. I don't know. But the second time she goes to visit her mom, I think she said, like, I should go in. I gotta bring my mom in gotta bring her in for questioning. I figured in that scene, I said, oh, we must be back at mom's house. And now she's gonna arrest her mom. Because there's some connection there with Longlegs and stuff. And this time her partner's not with her. It's this other lady. We don't get much scenes with her. I guess maybe she was the boss. She might have been the boss, now that I think about it, maybe. Or she's like a higher rank than her, right? But she's like, yeah, you can stay. I'll stay in the car. You go ahead and, you tell her, like, we're here to arrest you, bitch. But, then what else I was thinking in my head? Yeah, so we got that. She dies, though. Her head gets blown off. My phone is getting too hot. Yeah, I may just wrap up this video here. It's okay. It's an okay movie. I like the scene. The cinematography is pretty. They had some nice songs that play in the film. I'm definitely gonna have to try to find them if I can. Especially the scene where she was driving at night. I really like the sound of that song. Yeah, that's about it, really. The story, like I said, I got a little bored during the film. I actually kind of fell asleep. And, do I care for the character? I don't know. Not quite sure it's a make of it. It's an okay film. I don't mind having paid to see it. Having saw it. There are people saying it was disturbing, like in the movie group chat, in the movie Discord that I'm part of, people were saying it's disturbing. And I was seeing like videos pop up in passing, like, oh my goodness, I just saw this, like kind of hyping it up. And I don't know if I particularly myself agree with it being a disturbing film or anything captivating of that nature. To me, it just feels sort of standard and bleak in some regard, and it's okay. I give it, it's an okay film. Thank you for listening.